Morning, everybody. So, there's a video that I wanted to make for you guys that talked about what I do as far as living with pets in a truck is concerned. Because I do have a dog and I do have a cat. So, I'm just starting that ritual right now. I'm at home, obviously, getting ready to head back to the truck. I've got a load going to California. So, but I want you guys to see what I go through in order to take the dog and the cat with me. So, let's get that started. So my ritual for the dog and the cat starts here in the bathroom. Not 100% sure that that's not going to fog up the lens, but as you can see, there's Pepper. Pepper is all soaked up, and she sheds a ton. You can see all the hair there. But that's where we start. So Pepper gets a bath first. Crap. The cat's on to me. So now that Pepper has had her bath, the cat gets hers. And the funny thing is, I think the cat's figured it out. She was in there on my bed. So now I have to find her. I pretty much know where to look. There she is. She's going up in the window. So, Trixie's kind of a handful when it comes to getting a bath. So, you may just get the point that I'm going to give her a bath at this point. Because she's a handful. If I can videotape some of it, I will. But otherwise, Trixie's going to get a bath. Okay? So this is Trixie all soaked up. So, I got to let her sit for about 5 minutes or whatever. And everything, but this is what it is. She's not happy about this. Are you happy about this, Trixie? No? I know, but it's okay. We gotta do it. Alright? I don't want you getting fleas while we're on the truck. Okay, so this is Trixie after her bath. She looks kind of pathetic, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, why do I give them both a bath before we leave to go on the truck? Because the little yard that I have here that the dog can go out and play in has fleas in it, usually. And even though she'll be clean when we come home from the truck, she will go out to go to the bathroom here, and she will get fleas and bring them back in. So I don't know if you could tell in the last video, if you go back and look, when I was looking at Trixie's face, you could see a little flea like right on her nose, right by her eye, or something like that. So the ritual is every time we come home and we go to leave the next day, or we go to leave 2 days later or whatever, Trixie and Pepper get a bath both. So, and Pepper's still drip drying, and Trixie is being towel dried right now. So as soon as she's done towel drying, I'll put her back in her harness, and I'll show you guys what I do to kind of keep track of her after that, because she can disappear pretty good. Okay. Now that Trixie's in her harness, she'll start to try to clean herself and make things better. But I've put the leash on her, and the reason why is because I can keep track of her. Now watch. Usually the place she goes, you can see her leash, but usually the place she goes is she goes right back here to the box behind the TV. She'll clean herself back there, and I don't really have to move the TV at that point. I just gotta grab the leash, and she'll come right out. So, back to Pepper. Alright, Pepper is usually a pretty damn good dog, and she waits in the shower with the shower closed, drip drying, so I can get back to her. There she is. Hey, Pepper. How you feeling? Huh? Nah, stay where you are, okay? It's your time to get dry, okay? So now that Pepper's all towel dry and Trixie's all towel dry, the last thing I do is I take Pepper's collar and I put it in the sink with the flea shampoo and let it sit for about 5 minutes. So that way, if there's fleas or something stuck in the crevice of the collar, that they'll die before we go anywhere. And then it's my turn to get dressed completely. Like, I've got a shirt on, but otherwise I get dressed now. Okay, so while I was getting dressed, the collar soaked in the sink. And now that it's done, I'll drain the sink and we'll put it back on Pepper. Alright, so Pepper has her collar. Trixie has been washed and is in her harness and has her leash on. I don't really have to worry too much about Pepper's leash. She's going to go down into the yard, actually, and do her business while I get the rest of the stuff together. To streamline, more or less, here's what I do. And probably most people do this, but because I come home on a regular basis, I have, yes, I still have Christmas decorations up, by the way. I like Christmas decorations. They need to come down, but whatever. To streamline things, I keep extra, I take bowls and stuff with me. Not these stay here. So there are bowls on the truck for the dog and the cat. And there are bowls here for the dog and the cat. The other thing is, I keep dog food here. Usually I go and I pick up a little bag because I don't like to leave the dog food for too long. But Pepper will pretty much eat anything. But I keep dog food and cat food here, and I keep dog food and cat food on the truck. So that way it kind of streamlines things, and I don't have to really worry about trying to get everything together. So like right now, pretty much what I'm going to grab is the cat and my computer and the dog, and we're going to go to the truck. So I'm never entirely 100% sure if Trixie likes being in the car or not, but that's her back there cleaning herself. See if we can get a good view of her. There you go. And there's Pepper doing the same thing. And just like that, we are on our way to the truck. So Pepper's behind me, Trixie's in the other seat. I'm buckled in. I'm gonna make a couple of stops, but we're on our way. So I am gonna make a quick stop on my way to the truck, and I stop here at the local Family Dollar. And I go in and I get bottles of water so that the dog and the cat have water on the truck. And I also get, I'm going to get extra dog food because I haven't bought dog food for Pepper in a while. So it's time for dog food for her. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright, so first off, I need a haircut. I know, I'll try to get one next couple of days. But anyway, so we've made it to the truck. The dog and the cat will stay in the car. There's a dog back there. You can see her. There she is. There's Pepper. Anyway, so the car stays running while the dog and the cat are in the car. And while they're in the car, I come over and I start the truck. And I get the air conditioner going in the truck so that way it's cool when we finally get into the truck. Okay, so now that everything is out of the car that I need and in the truck, one of the very last things that I do is I take care of Trixie's litter box. So, the dog is self-explanatory. She goes out, she comes back in. Okay? Not really that big of a deal. But the cat, on the other hand, has to have a place to go to the bathroom. She's not trained to go out. She's 10 years old. She's probably not going to get trained to go out. So, two things. One, I get a carpet that I can take out and I can shake it out. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I took the carpet out, I swept up underneath the carpet, shook the carpet out on the ground. Now, I'm going to take this litter box. It usually faces the other direction, but I wanted you guys to see what kind of litter box I got. You can see that the litter box has a lid on top of it, and it's covered. And the reason why is it comes with a filter on the top. Can you see that filter right there? And that keeps a lot of the smell in. Now, I'll show you guys what I do also for smell inside the truck here in a minute. But one of the things I do before I leave the truck for a couple of days is I empty the litter box completely. Take all the litter out, I take all of the what the cat does out, everything, and then I put it back in, okay, and I leave it alone. So now, before I can put the cat and the dog in the truck, I've got to put litter in the litter box so the cat has somewhere to go. Alright, so there's litter in the litter box. What do I use for litter? Well, I buy the expensive stuff. Okay, this is what I'm using right now. It's double duty. Usually I get the Clump and Seal Arm & Hammer, but they were out the last time I was at the store, so I just bought this. It also clumps. It says it does advanced dual odor control. So far it's working well, but I put enough in there for the cat to use, and then I keep this in the truck if I need it at any time in the future. Now, while we're on the road, I keep a scooper as well. And about once a week, not once a week, once a day, I pull in somewhere and I try to scoop it out, or about every time I fuel up. I usually fuel up about once a day. But about every time I fuel up, I try to scoop her stuff out, so that way I don't have to smell it. And now that the litter box is all set up and all the stuff is in the truck, I'm going to get the dog and the cat out. Okay, so we are in the truck. I've got some organizing to do. I need to go ahead and go down to Bryan, Texas, and I've got a load going to California. and I got to pick it up at Brian. So tonight I'm going to go down to Brian, shut down. When I get there, I'll show you guys the rest of what I'm talking about, okay? Alright everyone, so I'm in Bryan, Texas now, and everything is situated, so my bed is completely clear of all the stuff that I brought with me, and it's all organized and put away. Since it's all organized and put away, I will go ahead and finish talking about living with pets in a truck. So, Trixie's litter box, let's get back to that. Alright, so Trixie's litter box stays right up here in the front floorboard of the truck. Okay, there's the carpet. You can see that there's some litter on the floor where I haven't swept up yet. I'm going to get to that later. But that's where it stays. Now, for a long time, I thought about building like putting a hole in the top and running it up to this window, like putting a piece of plexiglass across the top here, and like having a dryer vent come up and connect to that. But my uncle made a comment that might create the monster that lives in the litter box, so I thought he might be right about that and decided against it. So that's her litter box. I use litter that doesn't smell as much as possible. What do I do about other smells? So like I said, the dog kind of takes care of herself. And as you can see, she is, where is she? There she is right there. Hey, Pepper. So, the dog takes care of herself as far as it's concerned, but dogs are known to fart. And sometimes her farts get pretty bad. Now, how do I take care of that? Well, it's real easy. One word, and it's called Febreze. Okay? So this is the fabric. It's extra strength. I bought it at a truck stop. Makes sense. So, with three basically animals inside of this truck, it's going to smell at some point. So I bought Febreze. That takes care of a lot of the smell. The other thing is I do run just one air freshener, which is back here in the back corner, right there in the vent, if you guys can see it. So that's the one air freshener that I run. I've got another one if I run out. What about, like, where does Pepper sleep? Pepper sleeps in the bed with me. Where does the cat sleep? The cat, strangely enough, sleeps also in the bed with me. So she generally comes over and kind of curls up, depending on what side I'm on. She likes to be on behind me, which is strange. I don't know if that means anything for cat people, but if it does, let me know. The other place that she has this area up here. Obviously, there's her blanket. We've talked about this before. Her bowl and stuff for water's up here. Pepper has the space down here underneath by the inverter for her bowl and everything. So, and that's pretty much it. Now, trying to keep clean as far as animals are concerned, Pepper sheds a fuck ton. And I've really found two ways to do that. One is just deal with it, and two is to try to clean it up. So, depending on how I feel, depends on how I deal. So, I use this, which is a little bitty shop vac. I got that at Harbor Freight for like $40. So I use that as much as possible when I can. Empty it out when I can. The other thing is I have a broom and a dustpan that sweeps up. I just bought another broom and a dustpan, like a little one, so I can sweep up a little bit better. But I've got a full-size broom and dustpan. Entertainment. I bought Pepper like a little teddy bear. She was here a little bit ago. I don't know where it is now. Anyway. She doesn't really entertain herself that much. She just kind of either sleeps or she sits quietly, one of the two. Trixie, on the other hand, I just got her this, like little cat fishing pole thing. So, I haven't had a whole lot of money as far as, toys for the dog and the cat are concerned. So, I just got that for her. And, hopefully she's going to play with that. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the thing is, the dog enjoys being with me no matter where I'm at. So if I'm running a truck, or if I'm in the truck running around, or if I'm in the car running around, or if I'm at home, she just likes to be wherever I am. The cats are individuals, and they like to stay individual. And so I think Trixie likes being around me a lot, but she typically sleeps under the bed, and during the day, and at night she comes out and she sleeps with me, or she goes up in the window and she watches things. So it works out pretty well. She I think I'm not 100% sure she likes being in the truck. So I may start trying to figure out a place for her to go. Not 100% sure on that. I like having her around. She's a very sweet, docile cat. As a matter of fact, when I gave her a bath earlier today, I only have a few claw marks where she got in deep enough to get blood. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's how I deal with animals, or having the animals with me on a regular basis. And that's the best I can do at this point. Just maintain, keep the smell down as much as possible. Buy the expensive stuff. Make sure that I got a good litter box. Make sure that, that they're taken care of. Water, food, and all that stuff. And I've got food. You saw it in the thing. There's plenty of food on the truck for them. And then I've got plenty of water for them. I try to keep them pretty hydrated as much as possible. So anyway, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to make, or have any comments at all, feel free to make them or ask. And yeah, I think that's it. So keep the shiny side up. I'll see y'all down the road.